Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hoosier State Instigators basketball. I am your host, Frosty, here as we're getting ready to get started over at our Best Choice Fieldhouse. This is game four for the Instigators, who are 2-1. Just recently dropped out of the mix here of the national rankings. 2-1. We're taking on the Ohio Kings as we hear the announcer here about to announce the starters. Really excited for this game tonight. Hopefully, we'll have some folks join us. I do have a one technical note. Our scoreboard, it seems, is a little out of sorts down in the corner. Apologies. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to get fixed, but we'll be able to see the scoreboard in the top left corner occasionally, and I'll keep the score updated as well. Before we get started, we want to thank Mission 22, our broadcast sponsor for this game. Mission 22 is out there helping our veterans and get all the resources they need, running tons of programs to help them. And this November, we want to make sure that we're honoring our veterans with this game and Veterans Appreciation Night. Veterans Day just passed, as you all know, and this is really important to us to make sure that we do. So thank you, Mission 22, for all that you do and for being a broadcast sponsor tonight as we hear the instigators getting introduced here. All right, so Robert Mitchell getting the first start of his career, and in fact, the first action of his career as we get to go here, taking on the Ohio Kings. Ohio Kings are a really good team, led by number 6, Cam Mitchell, who's averaging just over 50. That's right, 50 points per game. So it'll be up to the instigators to make sure that they stop number 6, Cameron Mitchell. But he's not the only player on this team. They got a lot of really good players. Number 55 is someone to look out for. Number 5 as well. They're a really good team all around, not just with Cam Mitchell, which was what makes them really dangerous. All right, as we see the instigators take the court here against the Kings. All both sides dabbing up the other guys. Good show of sportsmanship as we're about to do the tip off here. All right, it looks like we're ready to go. Here comes the tip off. Alex Brown for the Instigators tipping off. He loses the tip off, but it goes out of bounds. Instigators ball. So Robert Mitchell to bring the ball up, number 14. As I said, it's his first game of the season playing tonight. We do have a note, though, that Lance Hopkins, who is scheduled to play tonight, unfortunately couldn't make it due to some family issues. So instead, as AB takes the first shot and he puts it up to make it 2-0 Instigators. Unfortunately, Lance with some family uh, issues he's working through. Unfortunately, our thoughts go out to Anthony, or I'm sorry, to Lance. Anthony Williams will replace him tonight in the lineup as Dylan Ware runs the court and gets fouled quickly, and he'll go to the line for two. So two free throws here for Dylan Ware. Been really good from the free throw line, Dylan has so far this season. He hits the first one, extends the Instigators' lead. And he hits the second. And the Kings move up the court quick. Our camera's going to have a hard time keeping up with them. They move fast. Let's see our first look at Cameron Mitchell here, and he fouls. It's an offensive foul against him there on Robert Mitchell. So the ball goes the Instigators' way. As I was saying, the camera's going to have a hard time keeping up tonight with the Kings. They are a quick-paced team. They love to push it up the court. They love to make long passes, and we'll see a lot of that tonight. So the Instigators got to make sure they get back. Alex Brown almost hits a second shot. Instead, that's an offensive rebound by JoJo Hart, as he looks. And the shot clock should have reset there. So they're going to work on that. Meanwhile, 17 seconds on the shot clock here, and the Instigators will bring it in. Good bounce pass there. And that's a miss by Robert Mitchell. Goes out of bounds, and the Instigators turn over the ball with the opportunity to go up uh, 3 buckets. Shot by the Kings, a really good three-point shooting team. They missed, though, and AB with the rebound. Hollywood making his first start of the season, an all-star last year, who's been coming off the bench to diversify the scoring opportunities through the rotation. Gets the start tonight. We see 4 former instigators starting tonight with JoJo Hart. Chuck Bloom, who has the ball here, loses it, unfortunately. The other two are Dylan Ware and Alex Brown. And the points off turnover go to the Kings. They get their first points of the night. Once again, coming to you from beautiful Best Choice Fieldhouse. Right next to the action, you can hear all the players. You can hear the fans. Shot there. Robert Mitchell hits his first bucket of the season. That's He's now 1 for 1, and that's 2 points to him. Another shot, mid-range shot goes down for the Kings. Scoring starting to pick up a little bit here. JoJo Hart brings the ball up. Gets screened by Dylan Ware. Bounce past AB out to Dylan. Dylan drives and kicks. Robert turns it over, but that's a foul. The Instigators will get the ball back. Foul on Cam Mitchell, his second foul already of the game. We're only 3 minutes in. In the ABA, you get 8 fouls, not like the 6 you get in other leagues. So plenty of fouls still for Cam, but something that maybe the Kings need to watch out for after this game starts early. JoJo Hart with the turnover. Looks like he was trying to pass it to AB. It just never really got there. Foul on Chuck Bloom. Really not sure what that foul was, to be honest. But the Kings make the bucket and get the and one attempt nonetheless. Once again, this is our Veterans Appreciation Game sponsored by Mission 22. Make sure you check out their website and give them a donation. All throughout November, if you buy Instigators tickets online, you can donate to Mission 22 as an add on to your cart. So make sure you do that and show our veterans some love. So Robert Mitchell turns it over. His second turnover of the game already. So maybe a little bit of the jitters going in as Cam Mitchell makes the shot. And Scares look to slow it down a little bit here, set up their offense. Kick out to JoJo Hart. He's very much the quarterback of this offense with this lineup. He shoots the three. He was awesome last week from three. That one doesn't go for very well, but last week he was 4 for 5 from three. So you know he's deadly from out there. Kings kick it back out and reset. Corner's open. Bounce pass gets through somehow, but he misses. Gets his own rebound, puts it back in. And skaters got to work on their box out, something they've struggled with the last couple of weeks. About 8 minutes left to go in the game. JoJo to Dylan. Dylan in and out. Ball's off the Kings, however, and the Instigators will keep it. So Robert Mitchell comes out. And we get Captain America, Steve Rogers in the game. Add a little more hype to this Instigators team. Chuck Bloom down low, a turnaround jumper in and out. Steve with the rebound and the make, though. That's 2 points for him. So immediate impact off the bench for Steve Rogers. 3 point shot there for the Kings. That rattles out. Dylan Ware with the rebound. He'll bring the ball up the court. Dylan's tall, but he played point guard for a lot of the season last year, particularly after Coach Patterson left the team. There's a turnover, however. Chuck to Joe, or, I'm sorry, JoJo to Chuck for a turnover there. Dylan Ware looking for somewhere to go. He gets the screen to JoJo. JoJo with a three. That's off. Chuck mistimes the jump, and the Kings bring it up. And there's the fast break offense we were talking about from the Kings. They call it charge. Good job by JoJo Hart getting in position. And that's a turnover there. The Instigators will get the ball over on the side. It's a side out there. Media timeout. So we'll take our first time out of the game as well. We'll be right back with Instigators action here on the Instigators YouTube page.
Hey fans, it's Frosty, co-owner of the Hoosier State Instigators. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, but I want to take just a few seconds to let you know about our fan voter tier on our Patreon. There you can find all kinds of cool stuff like behind the scenes footage of practices and tryouts, early access to games and podcasts, and much, much more. On top of that, you become an official fan voter of the Hoosier State Instigators, where you can make key decisions in running the franchise. Things such as what uniforms do we wear, who stays, who goes at the end of the season, evaluate the players and coaches, and make decisions that will impact this franchise for a long time. So this is your chance to get off the bleachers and into the boardroom with us, the Hoosier State Instigators, at www.patreon.com/Apex Athletic Collective. Hope to see you there.
And we're back here in Best Choice Fieldhouse. Instigators down 8-12 here. Only a 4-point game. Instigators scored the first 4 of the game, but the Kings, through some timely turnovers and pushing of the ball, have taken the lead here. You'll remember the Instigators got blown out by the Kings, their first ever matchup on in December of last year, 2023. And then played a pretty close game that they only lost by about 14 points in Ohio, in Cincinnati, later in the season. So Instigators 0-2 lifetime against the Kings, hoping to extend that. As get a big block by Steve Rogers, but it gets offensive rebound putback, and the lead is extended to 6. Dylan Ware seems to be bringing the ball up a lot early in the game. I think that's good for the Instigators. He's got great vision. He's a good scorer, so a lot of pressure on the defense as Chuck Bloom gets rejected. Then Steve Rogers loses it on his ankle and turns it over. Good job by Alex Brown to get back in a hand in the face, but Cam Mitchell buries the 3 and says, "No, thank you. I'm going to put that in myself." And all of a sudden, it's a 9-point lead coming out of the timeout. We could really hear the Kings bench getting into this game here. Gators look to settle it down and get some of those points back. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And JoJo Hart fouled deep into the shot clock, and he'll go to the line for 2. So JoJo Hart for 2 here. So JoJo Hart hits both of those, and Instigators come back just a little bit here, making it a 7-point game, 10-17. Instant 3-point answer though for the Kings. Kick out and another turnover by the Instigators. Something that's plagued them all season. Hitting them pretty well here. Well, that last bucket was a 2, so that makes it 21-19 instead of 22-19. Damian Lillard is checked in. Damian Lillard. And do that every week. Damian Wilburn checks in. JoJo thought he got fouled there. No call. Instead, a call on Lawrence Boyd, who's just gotten into the game. For an inbound here, about 4:40 to go in the game. Joe Bird checks in for AB, Alex Brown. And that goes then. Cam Mitchell with another 3. And then a steal and an easy putback for 3 points. That's a 3D rule. As you know, if you've been watching us for a while, every time there's a turnover in the backcourt, if a bucket's made on the next possession, it's +1. JoJo answers with the +1 here. The and one, trying to make sure that he keeps the Instigators within reach. Really, good first quarter there by JoJo Hart. That's a foul on Cam Mitchell, his third. So about 8 minutes into the game, Cam Mitchell has three fouls already. Something to watch for sure if you're an Instigators fan. And JoJo converts the and one, his third free throw made of the night. Ooh, off Joe Bird. It'll stay with the Kings. Good fight down below. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out for the Instigators. Good defense there, and a steal by Damian Wilburn. He throws it up to JoJo Hart, keeps it in bounds. Really nice play by Dame. And a 2-point shot there by LB, assisted by JoJo Hart. The Instigators get the turnover, and they get some fast break points using the Kings' own move against them. But unfortunately, the Kings hit that, and it's a 29-15 game. JoJo with a little stutter step. He tries to pass it in, and that's apparently off Joe Bird. And the Kings will keep the ball here. Drive by the Kings, and that's a foul. Foul on Joe Bird, his first foul of the game. And we're going to hit a media timeout. We'll be back right after this with more Instigators basketball.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
And we're back here. Thank you again to our broadcast sponsor, Mission 22. Make sure you support them, both going to their website, Mission 22. And then also, if you buy tickets at all for the games this month, home games this month, you can donate to Mission 22 as an add-on to your cart. So let's do something good for our veterans and support them through Mission 22 today. Meanwhile, the Instigators down 14 here, 3:16 to go in the first quarter. Definitely have some work to do to crawl back into this game already. It's not out of touch yet. As we know in the ABA, you can score a lot of points really fast. The Instigators are going to look to do just that to put some pressure on the Kings. We got free throws coming out of that media timeout here. 2 free throws for the Kings on the foul by Joe Bird. That one goes in. And the Kings hit both of their free throws. Instigators now down 16. You see some pressure by the Kings now. Joe with the pass to Dylan. He doesn't get it, however. It does get tipped by the Kings out of bounds, and Dame will bring it in for the Instigators. Looking for a quick basket for sure here. Ball goes bounce pass right between Dylan's legs. Pretty low pass. LB with the steal. Lawrence Boyd has been great on offense and defense to start. Great ball movement to get the ball up the court. And Dylan Ware finishes the assist from Dame Wilburn for 2 points. So the Instigators again getting some fast break points. The Kings go right through the lane. No defense whatsoever to stop them. And they score and get those 2 points right back. 2.5 minutes to go in the game. Dame wide open for three. He'll hit those quite often. He misses that one, however. And we get a foul call on the Kings. So the Instigators will throw the ball in here. This time it'll be Lawrence Boyd, LB, throwing it in. To the pass out to the top of the key right there to JoJo. Looks for Dylan, who thinks about it there. Instead, LB will take the three. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line for three. So LB getting fouled twice in quick succession. And he'll go to the line for three. While you're watching this, don't forget every week, our Patreon fan voters get every week to vote on our fans man, the player who will represent them in the 12th and final roster spot. Every week we've had the fans man be a pivotal part of our team, and we expect nothing less this week. So we'll see, but so far so good for the fans man vote. This week's fans, man, we already saw him. He made an instant impact. It was Captain America himself, Steve Rogers, playing early in the first quarter. When we see Joe Bird there with the oop to Dylan Ware for two. Instigators starting to crawl back in this game a little bit here. Good defense again by Joe Bird. Instigators are in the bonus. JoJo looking for somewhere to go with the ball. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Joe Bird with the ball. Joe goes to the basket. He almost gets that one, misses it. Dylan misses the putback. Good job by Joe, though, to get to the basket. Something we'd like to see him do more often. Instigators still down 13. We get a jump ball situation here. I believe the possession arrow is with the Kings. Here with about a minute to go in the first quarter. As we see the players drying the floor with their sneakers. Once again, I want to take this time to thank our broadcast sponsor, Mission 22. Mission 22 runs several programs that help our veterans when they need resources the most. So make sure that you support our veterans by supporting Mission 22. Again, buying tickets this month through the Instigators online allows you to donate to Mission 22. You can also do so through their website, which we have in the description here. So make sure you check that out and give them a donation. Missed shot there. Dame gets it. He goes out. Oh, throws it just ahead. Just a little too far ahead there of Dylan. 3-point shot by the Kings. No, and you get the rebound by JoJo Hart, who's been a rebound machine so far in this first quarter. LB passes it up quick. And when the Instigators throw it up quick like that, good things happen, and we see Dylan Ware score there. Nice grab by Dylan. He's trapped along the baseline looking for a guard. He finds one in Dame. Dame gets the ball across the court before that 7-second violation and passes to LB, who gets fouled and puts the ball in the hoop for the and one. LB, our early contender for Rookie of the Year, already having a good game. That's the third foul he's drawn. He's going to go to the line for his fourth free throw of the night, and it's only 14 seconds to go in the first quarter. That's missed, but you get the rebound by Joe Bird. Pops up the three. He misses it. Playing some defense there, though, to keep the Kings down. Kings looking for the layup. They get it. And that'll just about do it for this first quarter. And it will. So we'll come back. Instigators down here at the end of the first quarter. We'll return to Fishers, Indiana, and Best Choice Fieldhouse, home of the Instigators, right after this.
After a tough game, recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
All right, we're back here at Fishers, Best Choice Fieldhouse, home of the Instigators. Instigators down 11. Crawled back a little bit, down I think as much as 14 in that quarter. Got it down to 11 now. You saw it with some turnovers, and honestly getting the ball down low on the fast break is really what helped the Instigators. And so hopefully they'll continue that here in the second quarter and continue to close that gap. Honestly, I've been really impressed with Dylan Ware and JoJo Hart, both of whom playing really well today. So hopefully they'll continue it. A couple of the OGs doing their thing for the Instigators, second-year players. We're just about ready to get started here. Both teams huddled up. There goes a nice young man, Frosty, walking across the line there, our new PA announcer. At least for this game. The Skaters look to bring the ball out. I believe they'll start with the ball. Both sides line up. Looks like we're going to start the second quarter with the same lineup we ended with. I think that's the right move. Instigators look good at the end of that first quarter. Much more competitive, much more aggressive with these guys on the court. So let's see how long it lasts. You see Dylan Ware, though, gets rebound. He goes to Joe Hart, who can shoot the three, and he does there. He hits it, and the Instigators have brought it back to a single-digit game. Foul called. I believe that's going to be on Dylan Ware. He doesn't look like he agrees with the decision at all. And it is on Dylan. So number 2 for the Kings will get 2 free throws here. That's a miss. Well, they ruled Joe Bird's triple a single. It's a miss. Dylan Ware with the rebound. Passes it up to Lawrence Boyd. Kicks it out to JoJo Hart. Kicks it around to Joe Bird. And why not? He made the last one. He missed this, but Lawrence Boyd right there to clean it up. LB. A couple of quick buckets by the Instigators. We can hear the Instigators bench getting a little loud, stepping up, saying, calling for their defense to do their best to stop this potent Kings offense. Kings scored over 180 points the first time these two teams faced each other, which is the record for most points given up by the Instigators in franchise history. As we see turnover there, Dylan Ware is down on the other end of the court. Still hasn't gotten up as far as we can tell. Hopefully he's fine. There he is. It looks like he is okay. So he'll continue to play, at least for now. We'll see if there's need for an injury sub or anything like that going in the next few minutes. And they hit the deep three, contested at the death of the shot clock. Good individual effort there by the Kings player. And we get a foul. Foul number 2 for the Kings, his first foul of the game. So Instigators will inbound the ball here. Dylan Ware with the inbound. Instigators trying a bunch of different people at the inbound, which I think is good. It gives the other team different looks. They can't settle into one thing. Pass over to Dylan with the mid range. He misses that. He's been better this year, though. So that's not a shot you mind him taking. He's been working on for sure. Kick out there. That's a travel by the Kings, and that's a turnover. Instigators will take the ball. Not a 3D, however. It's a turnover in the front court, for those of you wondering. And fortunately, another turnover by the Instigators. And that'll go in. So Instigators now back down 12. Team's been kind of yo-yoing around this area. Joe Bird with the fanciest assist behind the head. And Dame Wilburn with the 3. We see the screen there. No switch there. As they clearly want LB on Cam Mitchell. Offensive rebound, however. Another one for the Kings. And they extend their lead again, back out to where it was. Skaters swinging around there. You see Dylan cut. He gets it. Almost turnover. That will be a turnover there. No, it's who's got the ball there? It looks like the Kings have it. Waiting to hear the call here. It looks like it will be Instigators' ball. Good hustle play by both teams, really, to get down there and get dirty and get the ball. Went the Instigators' way this time, but the Kings fought hard for that too. So you like to see that effort from both teams. We see Tay Nelson checking in. Tay is pure shooter for the Instigators, scores a lot of points and scores them in bunches. So we'll be excited to see what he brings to the game tonight. Kick out to JoJo. JoJo to LB. LB looking to press the defense a little bit. Instead, he goes to Dylan. Dylan's going to shoot a 3. That doesn't go. Had to get something off as the shot clock was about to expire. A miss there, and Dylan with the rebound, and Dylan's going to bring it up. Kicks it out to Tay. Pump fakes, and then hits the 3 for the Instigators. And we're going to get a timeout. That's going to take us to immediate timeout. So we'll return right after this with more Instigators basketball.
Hey fans, it's Frosty, co-owner of the Hoosier State Instigators. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, but I want to take just a few seconds to let you know about our fan voter tier on our Patreon. There you can find all kinds of cool stuff like behind the scenes footage of practices and tryouts, early access to games and podcasts, and much, much more. On top of that, you become an official fan voter of the Hoosier State Instigators, where you can make key decisions in running the franchise. Things such as what uniforms do we wear, who stays, who goes at the end of the season, evaluate the players and coaches, and make decisions that will impact this franchise for a long time. So this is your chance to get off the bleachers and into the boardroom with us, the Hoosier State Instigators, at www.patreon.com/Apex Athletic Collective. Hope to see you there.
We're back here at Best Choice Fieldhouse, home of the Instigators. 8 minutes to go here, and the Instigators have pulled back with an 8, which is about as close as they've been able to get a couple times now against the Kings. And then the Kings look to find a way to extend that lead, and so far have successfully. So the Instigators are looking for a way to stop that from happening and to continue on to get closer. So an inbound here from the Kings after that timeout. They're up 8. Kings passing around. Now they look to drive. Player stepped out of bounds, and the Instigators get the turnover. As we see Brandon Smith, aka Smitty, has checked in the game for his first action. He's been injured for a lot of the game, or for a lot of the season so far for the first 3 games, but he's out there tonight. So it's good to see him out there and see him doing his thing for us. We're excited to see what he brings. Instigators looking to bring the ball up and score here. They kick it around. Jay Nelson with a three. He hits. So the Instigators now looking to make a little bit of a run. Kings work the ball around. Shot clock's low. It's down to 2-1. That's an air ball, so that'll be a shot clock violation. And the ball will be a side out here because it was a shot clock violation. And Skaters bring the ball up the court. They could be setting up an offense here. Kick out to Smitty. He loses the handle, but luckily his teammate there's there to pick him up, LB, and he gets fouled, I believe. It is, and Tay Nelson with another three. That one doesn't fall. The Kings score on the other end. 6 minutes to go here. The Skaters looking to make this a game. Three by LB. That goes off. He gets the ball back, though, so we'll see what the Instigators can do. He'll drive to the hoop. He gets the teardrop. It falls, and another and one for Tay. So, or for LB, I'm sorry. Yes, slight break in the action here as the Kings are about to inbound the ball. Another shot by Cam. Instigators down 9, it looks like here. And the second quarter. So again, just kind of hanging around, playing pretty even, but the Instigators got to start getting some stops here. Or it's not going to do them any good. Dame will go to the line here. The Instigators have done a good job tonight getting to the line. And so hopefully, as they do that, although we get the miss there, they'll start to crawl back into this one. Call a jump ball there. Let's see what the call is. No, it looks like it's going to go to the Kings. So Kings will inbound the ball here. Up 9. Bring the ball up here. 3-point way off the mark. Rebounded by Brandon Smith as he passes it out to Dylan Ware. And that's a travel, unfortunately, by Smith. So looks like he hurt himself here. So he's calling to come out. It looks like Chuck Bloom will sub for him. There's a dead ball play there. There's some confusion there about whether or not the sub's allowed. Apparently, it's not. So Smith will stay in the game for now, although he's holding that hand, clearly hurting. Cam Mitchell puts it in. And the Instigators will move the ball up. Pass back to Tay. It's dangerous from the corner there. He puts up the 3. It doesn't go in. They call a push in the back on Dylan Ware. Not a call that I thought was there, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. The ref called it. Chuck Bloom has checked in Brandon Smith, who looks like he's having some hand issues. Hopefully, they'll be able to sort that out and get him back in the game. Again, Brandon coming off an injury. We're hoping the best for Smitty. Hopefully, we get him back in this game here soon. Meanwhile, Instigators are now down 13. Again, 8-14 is where we played this entire second quarter and a lot of the first quarter here with 3:30 to go. Dylan Ware, that one's a little short. It looks like they're going to call him for a foul there. It looks like Alex Brown's going to check in. And so, no, they called on Chuck Bloom as the foul. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. So we're going to take a timeout. We're going to be back right after this commercial break.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
All right. So thank you again to our sponsors, Mission 22, helping our veterans through programs that help them deal with a whole host of issues. They're our broadcast sponsor tonight, and we'd like to thank them for that and for all the work they do with our veterans. Meanwhile, 3:23 left to go here in this first half. Instigators down 13. Been playing pretty much in the same spot the entire game. Down 8 to down 14 or so. Down 13 here. Hoping to see them get on a little bit of a run. We saw them kind of fall off there in the middle of the first quarter, get it back a little bit in the end of the first quarter. Now, playing the Kings pretty evenly, but looking to close that gap, they got to get some stops, and they got to honestly start limiting turnovers, which has been a big issue so far in this first half for the Instigators. The Kings will capitalize on turnovers every time they get an opportunity, and that's what we're seeing here. Kings inbound here. Through the deep 3 over Alex Brown, who's checked in for Dylan Ware. That ball will go out to LB. LB to Chuck. Chuck back to LB. LB to AB. AB gets fouled, and he'll go to the bucket, or I'm sorry, to the free throw line for 2 shots here. Alex Brown struggled early in the season, the first 2 games with free throws. Well, really the first game where he went 2 for 8. Did much better second and third game. Let's see how he does here in the second game. Let's see how he does here in the in the fourth game. He misses that first one, airballs it, in fact. He misses that one, but we get a lane violation, so he'll get another opportunity here. He misses that one as well. So AB 0 for 2 officially, 0 for 3 unofficially from the line there. The Kings start whipping around. You can just see the Kings playing with confidence, playing as a unit, moving the ball around, finding the open man. They do there for the 3. It doesn't go in, but that's good offense by the Kings. Good defense by the Instigators, though, to get the inbound. Good pass. And AB is going to go right back to the line. Great pass by Dame Wilburn all the way down to AB down low. Goes up and gets it and earns his shot at the charity stripe once again. Unfortunately, that one doesn't go in either. Chet gives them some words of encouragement there, the captain himself. Got 3 captains on this team. We got Chuck Bloom and JoJo Hart, both returning players from last year. And then you got Malcolm Martin, who has been pivotal for the Instigators the first 3 games. He's out with an injury for this game, unfortunately, a leg injury, and we're hoping to see him back soon. Good defense by AB, really guarding the rim there. They get one to fall. The Instigators look to move the ball up the court themselves. Chuck gets fouled on the 3. It goes in, so he'll get the and one opportunity as a chance to make this a 4-point possession. Of course, we have one other captain, Captain America himself. So the Instigators now starting to move this one a little bit with 2 minutes to go, getting a little bit of that momentum. And Tay Nelson will go to the line, a very good free throw shooter for the Instigators to try to close this gap even more. Puts that in, and the Instigators close the gap just a little bit more as they're looking to make a run here to close this out with about a minute to go. Sorry, with a little bit about 2 minutes to go. That falls in. Instigators down 8 now. It was 6. Closest it had been all quarter. AB misses the scoop shot there. Good attempt. Doesn't quite go in. And that's a foul on Chuck Bloom, who frankly can't believe it. Tay Nelson with a pump fake. He takes it to the rack. That goes off. AB with the rebound. He dribbles it and gets fouled again. He'll go to the line. AB ready to take his second free throw here. And he hits that one. So pulls the Instigators back within 11 now. Again, the Instigators were within 6 just a few minutes ago. Blocked by Alex Brown on the perimeter. That ball goes out of bounds. Well played by him. And it looks like the clock ran a little bit too long, and the shot clock did as well. They reset the clock to 40 seconds, and the shot clock looks like it's about to be reset as well. Or is it where it's supposed to be? Let's take a look here. Instigators down 11 here, and it is where it's supposed to be. So 10 seconds to go on the shot clock for the Kings. Dame reached there, tried to get the steal. Another bucket by the Instigators. Instigators take it out of bounds here. The buzzer goes off after the Instigators shot it, even though it hit the rim. Should have been reset, but it is now. 30 seconds to go. Inbound by the Instigators. They bring the ball up the court, looking to get it over half court. Lawrence Boyd bursts onto the scene, gets it to Tay. Tay misses there, something he'll usually hit. You get a foul by the Instigators, clear under the basket. So the Kings will inbound the ball here. Up 13, 46 to 59. Looks like they're going to try to hold for the last shot. He slipped there. Kickball violation, it looks like. That's what they're going to call. So out of bounds here for the Kings with about 6 seconds to go. And you see a 3-point shot hit there. The Instigators hit the bucket to make it 49 to 59 at half. 10-point game. The Instigators once again keep closing that gap, and then the Kings respond. But maybe that will end us with some momentum here in the first half. We're going to hit a couple of commercials, and then we'll be back right after this for second half action of Instigators basketball.
After a tough game, recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
Hey fans, it's Frosty, co-owner of the Hoosier State Instigators. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, but I want to take just a few seconds to let you know about our fan voter tier on our Patreon. There you can find all kinds of cool stuff like behind the scenes footage of practices and tryouts, early access to games and podcasts, and much, much more. On top of that, you become an official fan voter of the Hoosier State Instigators, where you can make key decisions in running the franchise. Things such as what uniforms do we wear, who stays, who goes at the end of the season, evaluate the players and coaches, and make decisions that will impact this franchise for a long time. So this is your chance to get off the bleachers and into the boardroom with us, the Hoosier State Instigators, at www.patreon.com/Apex Athletic Collective. Hope to see you there.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
All right, so we're here back with Instigators basketball. Instigators bring the ball up here in the second half to start it off in the third quarter. Good bounce pass there. Chuck Bloom goes a little too hard. Tay goes with the rebound. He gets fouled, and he'll go to the line. So Instigators starting lineup here in the second half. You got Dame Wilburn, you got Tay Nelson, Lawrence Boyd, Alex Brown, and Chuck Bloom. Injury update on Brandon Smith. Talked to coach during halftime. It looks like Brandon will be out with a hand injury for the rest of the game. So wishing him best of luck, and hopefully we'll see him soon. As Tay hits the first shot, brings the Instigators within 9. Tay hits that one to get them to 8. Instigators have gotten as close as 6 here in the game, but haven't led since it was, I believe, 4-5 in the first quarter. Or when, sorry, they lost the lead when it was 4-5 in the first quarter. Haven't gained the lead back since. Good bounce pass there to Tay. Tay swings it around. He's open. He'll take the 3, and why not? He misses, unfortunately. Well, you see it brought up there by the Kings. Blow right by AB, but a block by Levante Nelson. They'll say the ball stays with the Kings there. The Kings will inbound the ball. It's like number 4 will inbound the ball for the Kings. Brown, tough defense there, but a good basket in the post by number 42 there for the Kings. They get the lead back out to 9. I'm sorry, 11. Let's see the miss there. Rebounded by Lawrence Boyd. He turns it over, however. Couldn't quite keep a hold of it. Kings go for another three. That misses, and then Tay Nelson brings the ball up and then loses the ball out of bounds after a hesitation there. So a sloppy first part of this third quarter for the Instigators. As the ball gets stripped by Dame. Dame leads the Central Division in steals, and we can see why there is. Tay Nelson gets blocked. Rebound by the Kings. They'll kick it back out. Another miss. Well, they get a second offensive rebound. They put it in. Good pass there by Dame, who kicks it out to LB. LB shoots a three, no good. AB with the rebound. He goes right back to Tay, and Tay puts it in. Good assist by the big man. Finding the guard down low for the easy layup. You see a little bit of a switch here. Wide open guy. Instigators look all out of sorts to begin this third quarter, and Coach feels it as Coach Dobbs calls a timeout. We're going to take a timeout too and give the Instigators some time to sort this out. We'll be back right after this.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
Thank you to Mission 22 for their being the broadcast sponsor of this game. The Hoosier State Instigators down 15, largest lead of the game for the Kings, as the Instigators the first 3 minutes looked all out of sorts there. Down 68 to 53. This was also at 49 points, the lowest scoring half of for the Instigators all season. Failed to score over 50 for the first time in 4 games. Definitely looking to break that 100 mark. It's kind of a prerequisite as an Instigator. I think they'll probably be able to do it still, but they got to pick up the pace a bit. So we see Dylan Ware check back in. He'll come in for, it looks like Tay Nelson's come out. And JoJo Hart gets the spot for Dame Wilburn. Pass to Dylan. Dylan sets a screen for LB. LB wide open for three. He misses, but JoJo Hart with the fly and tip to put the ball back in and get the Instigators back within 11. Or back within 13, I'm sorry. Let's see, Cam Mitchell hit the shot there. And LB throws the ball away. Not quite sure what happened there. They missed the shot. It's out of bounds on apparently Alex Brown. Dylan Ware chases it off the three-point line. That's a miss. JoJo with another rebound. He's been a rebound machine. Takes the ball up the court. Goes to Dylan Ware. Dylan out to Chuck Bloom. Chuck misses. AB with the rebound, then gets stripped. And then Chuck Bloom gets beat on defense and just reaches out and fouls. Something you don't want to see there, for sure. But it's on the floor, so we'll see a inbound here by the Kings as we see some subs. Dame back in. He'll go in for LB. Ball poked by Chuck Bloom. It goes out of bounds, however, and will stay with the Kings. Moving screen call on number 2 for the Kings. Instigators will get the ball. JoJo Hart for 3. He misses that. Kings looked well. The Kings just seem to really turn it up speed-wise when they have the ball and sprint through the lane. Huge pass by Dame as Dillon goes out of bounds there, and the Kings will bring it up. Up 15, 55-70 here with about 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And that's going to be a jump ball call. Not sure how that's a jump ball. Clearly, he reached around him to get it, but nonetheless, it will stay with the Kings. Three-point shot by number 2. He can hit those. He doesn't hit that one, however, and it goes out of bounds. Chuck Bloom out to JoJo Hart. Foul down low. Off the ball foul on number 2 against Alex Brown. Instigators will maintain the ball here with 7 minutes to go. It's a 5th foul for number 2, so he's in a little bit of foul trouble. So we get a late sub here by the Kings. Summing out the man in foul trouble there. Good call by their coach. Ball goes down to Chuck Bloom. Does a couple spins, gets it out to Joe Bird, who's had a really nice game. Goes to Joe Hart, who will go to the free throw line for 2. So a little less than 7 minutes to go. Instigators down 55-70 here in the third quarter. Again, hanging around that. Now it's really a 15. Now it's kind of a 10 to 15 point bubble they're playing in here. It's Chuck Bloom JoJo Hart with his unconventional no bounce shot, but it goes in. A miss. Good tip by Joe Bird, but unfortunately the Kings get it, and they'll bring the ball up the court. Shot by number 10, missed. Dylan Ware, who's having a great game with the rebound. Goes up to JoJo Hart from Dame, back to Dame, and over to Joe Bird. Joe down low to Dylan. Joe Bird with another 3. Not shot by Joe. Kings pass around with Cam Mitchell. And they call a charge. So Cam now up to 5 fouls. The Instigators will inbound the ball. Got a wet floor situation here. While they're dealing with that, again, we just want to thank Mission 22, our broadcast sponsor for tonight's game. Mission 22, whose mission it is to help our veterans with various programs free to them. Make sure that you donate today to Mission 22. 2 ways to do that, either as an add-on to your tickets in the month of November if you buy online from the Instigators, or on the description down below, we have the Mission 22 website. Be sure to go there and drop them a donation. Thank you again to Mission 22 and their state ambassador, Jay, for helping us put this broadcast on. All right, so our mess is cleaned up. The Instigators will bring it up with 6 minutes to go, down 11, 59-70. Joe Bird with another 3. He's been hot this game. That doesn't go, though. And we'll see the Kings rush the ball up the court. The Kings, when they get the ball in the backcourt, do not hesitate. They bring the ball up the court quick, either through quick passes or dribbles, which is something you want to see in the ABA. You don't want to risk turning the ball over in your own backcourt and giving the other team an opportunity for an extra point. Chuck Bloom with the miss. They're going to block behind from Dylan Ware. No, they're going to call a foul. Instigators cannot believe it. That looked clean to me from behind, but they call the foul instead. So it'll be Kings ball here. 2 shots with about 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And here we go. That's a miss. And then another foul. Another foul will go to the line here for another free throw. So that's the kind of stuff you just can't have happen if you're the Instigators. You do a good job, you get the foul call, you get the missed free throw, you get the offensive rebound, which shouldn't happen, and then you get the foul and one to send them back to the line, turning a 2-point possession into a potential 5-point possession. Crucial mistakes like this is what has hurt the Instigators against higher competition this year. We'll see the free throw shot here. And it goes in. So indeed, a 2-point possession becomes a 5-point possession in a game where the Instigators struggle to close the gap. As you see Dylan Ware get fouled. They'll go to the line for 2. Down 17 here are the Instigators. About 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Dylan Ware misses that one. Free throws have been a problem all season so far for the Instigators, and seems to be the case to some extent here, particularly with a couple players. Dylan Ware misses both free throws. Gators still down 17. And Gators bring the ball right back up after they get possession. Joe Bird with the wild shot, but it goes in. He brings the Instigators within 15. Bank shot goes in. Number 5 is hot this quarter for the Kings. Dylan Ware with his second 3 of the game. That doesn't fall. And they'll call that a 2, I guess, but nonetheless, it didn't fall. You see another almost offensive rebound. Instead, Dame gets it. Goes up to JoJo. JoJo now looking to be double teamed. He goes to Joe for 3. Joe misses. Tay with the pass out to Dame. Dame misses. Tay almost gets another rebound. Instead, he gets called for a foul. And he'll stay with the Kings. So inbound pass here by the Kings on the foul there as LB checks in. And that goes in. Tay with the shot. He buries the three. Instigators are down 16, and we get a media timeout, so we'll return right after this. Word from Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy solution of the Hoosier State Instigators.
After a tough game, recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
All right, we're back here at 3:24 to go in the third quarter. Instigators down 64 to 80, 16-point game. So it's not the blowout it was the first time the Instigators played the Kings and lost by nearly 50, but it isn't particularly close either. So Instigators hang around kind of where they were last year, that 14-point loss, looking to be about in that same boat unless they can turn some things around here. So the Kings will inbound the ball here coming down the media timeout. And Skinner's definitely providing a little bit of pressure now. Something they got to do to try to get back in this game. It's hard though with the Kings because they are super athletic. Tay Nelson gets called for the foul. The Kings can run the ball really well. They have good vision and can pass it up. So if you're playing press like we are here, you got to really look at what you're doing because they will sneak one by you quickly. So the ref waits for his opportunity to give the ball here. A little bit of jawing between two players. Looks like LB and Cam Mitchell having a discussion. There's a foul call there. So they're going to call it on potentially Joe Bird. And they did. They called a foul on Joe Bird. Talking to the Kings player. He's not quite sure how he got the foul call, but he did. And the Kings will go to the line. They hit that free throw. They hit the second free throw to extend their lead. LB falls over and turns the ball over. Kings will go down. Miss the bucket. JoJo with the rebound. Man, JoJo again with the rebound. He's on the way to a double-double if he keeps this up. And they call that off. They call that off the shot clock. I don't know if it did or not. It was awfully hard to see, but they called it that way nonetheless. So the Instigators will not make the shot. Get a whistle there. Let's see what's going on. Looks like a foul on the Instigators. Inbounded here by the Kings. Foul on Lawrence Boyd, his third. Another 3-point shot there. And the Kings continue to extend this lead and play tough. LB with a tough shot. Cuts the lead down to, looks like 21, unfortunately, for the Instigators, 64-85. Then you get the foul by Tay Nelson. You see the shot here. That goes in. And Skaters will bring it up with 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And what has been a rough quarter. And Skaters started the quarter up 10 or down 10, now down 21. And another couple of misses for the Instigators. And they call a jump ball there. Looks like the possession arrow is with the Instigators. Let's see. It is. So the Instigators will get the ball here. See some arguing going on back and forth here. Let's see here. The referee's having a discussion with this. All right. So the referee issues a technical foul to the bench of the Kings. It looks like it's on the assistant coach. So JoJo Hart will shoot the technical free throws. We'll continue from there. So 2 free throws and the ball, I believe. That falls. That one falls as well. So the Instigators score both free throws there, and now they'll get the inbound. The Instigators cut the lead to 19. Joe Bird with another 3, and he hits it. Great shot by Joe. He's having a heck of a game. Bounce pass backdoor. That's missed. Another offensive rebound by the Kings. Unfortunately for them, it's thrown away. Unfortunately for the Instigators. You see a charge called on Tay Nelson. Tough call, but it is what it is. And that's a turnover. So the Kings will get the ball back. As we look, we're drying the court here again. Cuban night and Best Choice Fieldhouse. Not as bad as the week before, but still leaves some moisture on the court. Meanwhile, we'd like to thank Mission 22, our broadcast sponsor for this game. Mission 22 looking to provide the services to our veterans when they need them free of charge. Be sure to check the description. There's 2 ways to donate to Mission 22. One, by putting a donation as an add-on to your online ticket purchases for the Instigators, whose next game is against the Peoria Kings on Saturday night. Or 2, go to Mission 22's website in the description and donate directly to them. So help our veterans this November by supporting Mission 22. Another offensive rebound for the Kings. Missed 3. JoJo Hart with the rebound. Kicks it out to LB, who then gets fouled. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They called that on Lawrence Boyd. So the Kings will bring the ball up. 44 seconds to go. If that goes in for Mitchell. Rebounded by JoJo Hart, who gets his own rebound. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line. And Skaters down 71-89 here with 30 seconds to go. It's an 18-point lead for the Ohio Kings. JoJo Hart looking to go make 2 more free throws after he just made 2 for the Tech earlier in the quarter. He hits that one. He makes the second. Call a foul apparently on the on the Instigators. So the Kings will inbound it here. Not sure what's the delay here. 28 seconds to go. 4-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And then a foul by Dylan Ware, who trips. And I believe that will send second foul under 2 minutes. Should send the Kings to the line here. They should be in the bonus now, and it looks like they are. So 2 free throws for the Kings in what's been an abysmal third quarter for an Instigators team that was only down 10 at the start of the second half, and have been outplayed pretty well by the Kings here in the third quarter. So the Instigators will bring the ball up the court here. Almost no difference between shot clock and game clock here. Kick out to LB. LB's looking around. He's going to try to slice. Doesn't work. It's Joe Bird. 8 seconds to go. Joe turns it over. Throw up the court. Another buzzer beater shot for the Kings, and that goes in. They hit theirs, so now both teams have one. And that is the end of the third quarter here. Things aren't looking good for our Instigators, but there's time on the clock, which means there is an opportunity. We'll be back right after these messages with a word from our sponsors.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
And we're back. Instigators down 22, 94 to 72 to start this second quarter. We've seen the Instigators go on runs, so we're not ready to put a fork in this one, but the Instigators are going to have to start doing some quick work in order to stay competitive in this game. So, so far I want to highlight, obviously, Cam Mitchell for the Kings playing really well. Number 5 playing really well for the Kings. I believe his last name is also Mitchell. And then you have JoJo Hart and Dylan Ware really leading the way for the King or for the Instigators. So, usual suspects for both teams. Best players doing what they do best. But the Instigators need to make a run here in order to bring this game close to competitive. Although it's something we've been saying the whole game. So hopefully this is the moment it turns around. So the Kings look to take the court here to start the fourth quarter. The Kings bring the ball up here. 5 with the ball here. It's good defense there by JoJo Hart, keeping him on the perimeter. You see a little bit of a switch there between JoJo. Steal by Lawrence Boyd, and then a foul by the Kings. So the Instigators will bring the ball out of bounds here. So a good start by the Instigators. They get a stop, and now they get the ball. Some of the Instigators are arguing that should have been a clear path foul. Doesn't look like they're going to get it, though. Instead, the Instigators will inbound the ball in the backcourt. It's like Kings went for a substitute. Substitutes aren't allowed during this time period, so it looks like we're just sorting out the lineups here. While we're doing that, just want to thank you all for watching the broadcast. Make sure you support Mission 22, our broadcast partner this evening, and their fight to make sure that we support our veterans. Also, thank you to Fisher's Cryotherapy for being the official cryotherapy provider of the Hoosier State Instigators. As the Instigators inbound the ball here, you can see all of our sponsor logos in the top left. Thank you to all of our sponsors, including Ryan Luke State Farm, the Stites family, Nice Apparel, Shep Quality Construction, and all the others who help make this possible. As LB throws it away for a 3D and then gets the block, tips it to JoJo Hart, who then pushes it up. He goes to LB, and LB goes up, makes the bucket. So he gets the block, the rebound, and the bucket, does LB, showing as we see another slip by Cam Mitchell. LB chasing, and he misses the dunk, which would have probably lit this place on fire, to be honest. Instead, the Kings get a quick basket. Pass out to Tay, who hits the three, so an assist by LB to make up for that missed dunk. And we get a timeout here with 10 minutes to go. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
After a tough game, recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
All right, we're back here in Best Choice Fieldhouse. Timeout by the Kings as the Instigators made a little bit of a run, brought this down to an 18-point game, and are looking to continue to fight back in a game that they've trailed since the first quarter. Tune in next week as the Hoosier State Instigators take on the Peoria Pitbulls. That's an exciting one. Cross division matchup, but same region. It's a black division versus a white division affair. With the Instigators out of the black division and Peoria out of the white division, which is based around the St. Louis area. First time these two teams have ever matched up. The Pitbulls, it looks like, are 2-1, so a really good squad to take on this year. And it'll test the mettle of the Instigators no matter how this game goes. But the Instigators are looking to crawl back with 10 minutes to go. As you get a travel call. Throw in there by the Instigators. Unfortunately, LB with the turnover. And then knocks it out of bounds, and it'll go with the back for the Instigators. So bad offense, but good defense gets the ball back for the Instigators. And I'll bring it back up in a reset. Unfortunately, though, that was a 3D attempt that they turned the ball over on, something Instigators have not been good at. Anthony Williams looks for a shot. Instead, that's a 3-second violation. He'll turn the ball over. Instigators are only about 30% this year on 3D opportunities, which is a key reason they lost last week and are trailing this week. That, turnovers, and free throws, I think, are the three things we can see from the Instigators that have led to the loss last week and trailing in this week. Although the Instigators still have about 9 minutes to come back in this one. LB with the three, and he hits it. Brings it within 17. Bucket, though, by the Kings as they answer back. Seems to be what the Kings have done basically all night. Is answer back whenever the Instigators go on a little bit of a run. That's a foul call. Looks like a technical foul on the Kings. So we will see Lawrence Boyd take the free throws here. Second technical of the game. And LB misses that. And he hits the second one. So 1 of 2 for the Instigators. They'll get the ball on the inbound. 9 minutes to go in this one. Instigators trailing by 18 still with 8:50 to go. Instigators looking around, trying to find someone open. Lawrence Boyd with the shot. He missed, but Dylan Ware splashes through, gets the rebound and put back. Instigators bring it back down to a 16-point game. Mid-range shot by the Kings doesn't go in. Great defense by Lawrence Boyd. Covered 2 people there. He's really had a great game. He misses that 3, however, and it's rebounded by the Kings. No foul call. Instead, they'll find the open man as Anthony was forced to go over and help. Another miss by the Instigators. That was a three-pointer by Chuck Bloom. Number 2 can't get that kind of room. He's going to get the ball back. He's going to shoot the 3. He can make those, and he does there. Momentum swinging back toward the Kings here in this game as the Instigators just start shooting threes a little bit too much, in my opinion. Good feed by Dylan, and we'll get the foul there. And it looks like Anthony Williams will go to the line. No, they're going to say it's out. It's on the floor. It looks like it was in the act of shooting, but the referees don't call that, and Skaters will inbound it down 21. That ball is pushed out of bounds, and Skaters will get another opportunity at it. Inbound there to Dylan Ware, who gets the shot, using the rim as a way to defend against the defender, and the Instigators are within 19. Instigators just slash right through and score again. It looks like Brandon Smith is back in the game, so we got him back in the game. It's good to see. Clearly, that hand is doing well enough for him to play. Lawrence Boyd will go to the line again, something he's done really well tonight. So we're at a timeout here. Instigators down 21, which is kind of been the story of this game. We're going to hit a quick commercial break. We'll be back right after this.
Hey fans, it's Frosty, co-owner of the Hoosier State Instigators. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, but I want to take just a few seconds to let you know about our fan voter tier on our Patreon. There you can find all kinds of cool stuff like behind the scenes footage of practices and tryouts, early access to games and podcasts, and much, much more. On top of that, you become an official fan voter of the Hoosier State Instigators, where you can make key decisions in running the franchise. Things such as what uniforms do we wear, who stays, who goes at the end of the season, evaluate the players and coaches, and make decisions that will impact this franchise for a long time. So this is your chance to get off the bleachers and into the boardroom with us, the Hoosier State Instigators, at www.patreon.com/Apex Athletic Collective. Hope to see you there.
All right, we're back as the two teams take the court. LB at the free throw line here. As that goes in. You see here, Kings bringing the ball up. Good pass. Number 2 hits it. He's come alive here in the fourth quarter as well. Hats off to him for a great game. Skaters bring the ball up the court. Kicks it across the court to Brandon Smith. He gets it. Smitty gets it to LB. LB, smooth pass to Chuck, who hits the bucket. Get a foul call there. Kings will go to the line for 2. 6 minutes to go. The Skaters are running out of time here. You're not running out of time. To make sure you get a donation to our broadcast sponsor, Mission 22. Check the links in the description to do just that and support our veterans as we support our veterans this November throughout the entire month with Mission 22. Chuck Bloom hits the three. Kings answer right back with a two of their own. Chuck with another three. That doesn't go, and the Kings rebound it. Get a foul by Lawrence Boyd. Kings look to inbound it. Another foul by the Instigators on Smitty, and the Kings go to the line for two more here with 5 minutes to go. Some more free throws for the Kings. Definitely not helping the Instigators here. The Kings keep hitting them. They did miss that one though, but they got the offensive rebound. And then they shoot a three. And LB just throws it away. I clearly thought Dylan was cutting. He wasn't though. So the Instigators get the rebound there. Chuck Bloom pushing it. He loses the handle though, and it goes LB. He goes down low. He hits his man there, LB with the basket. And LB gets the Instigators up to 98 points, down 20 points in this game. 4 minutes to go. It feels like the Instigators are probably out of this one, folks. And the intentional foul there. Foul number 6 for Cam Mitchell as he goes to the bench. Looks like it's a substitution due to the score as we get a media timeout here. And we'll be back right after this to end this Instigators game.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
So here we go. About 4 minutes to go here. The Instigators down 98, 118. Alex Brown back in the game for the Instigators, try to provide a little bit of a spark. Saw some substitutions by the Kings. Clearly feel comfortable having this game in hand. Instigators, though, look to score. Chuck Bloom hits the bucket, gets the foul, and he'll go to the line. A little bit of conversation going on here. Referee at the scorer's table. And they added 10 seconds clock, 3:55. They hit the shot. Another pass by the Kings up the court. Bounce pass almost stolen there by Robert Mitchell. A block there by Chuck Bloom. The Instigators come up. So Chuck Bloom coming alive a little bit here in the fourth quarter. He shoots the three. It doesn't go, and the Kings rebound it. Missed shot. Chuck rebounds it, goes out to Dylan. Dylan almost gets fouled. Instead, he's going to go for the dunk, and he hits it. Instigators applying the pressure, so clearly haven't given up in this game. They call a 7-second violation on the Instigators. That's a 3D. Chuck Bloom hit for three. We get a timeout by the Kings. The Instigators make it a 106-118 game, so they're back within 12 all of a sudden. We'll be back right after this to see the exciting conclusion of the Instigators basketball.
After a tough game, recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
There we go. As you can see, 106-118, the closest this game's been for most of the second half. The Skaters went on quite the run there. Basically, once the substitutions were made, and the timeout by the Kings brings the starters right back on. And so now the Instigators have an opportunity to continue to push this game and maybe fight back and win the game. So just when we thought they were down and out, ABA rules take over. A couple 3Ds, a couple turnovers, a couple free throws, and all of a sudden the Instigators are right there. And then we get a quick foul against the Instigators. Kings looking to bring the ball up the court. Instigators still pulling pressure. Guy gets in behind the defense, however. Instigators were able to stop the fast break, but now they're looking to get the stop. So we get a bank three. The Instigators are down 15, 2:31 to go. Chuck Bloom slips a little bit. Alex Brown with the three. He misses it. Dylan Ware with the rebound. He thought he got fouled, but instead we get the rebound by LB and the putback. Instigators bring it back down to 14 or 13. A foul on Alex Brown. The Skaters will inbound it. I'm sorry, the Kings will inbound it. Foul on the Instigators. Missed there. Alex Brown with the rebound. Gives it to Robert Mitchell. Robert brings it up. Gives it to AB, who throws it out of bounds. Wide open three, and he hits it. Instigators now down 124 to 108 with about a minute to go. Minute and a half to go, and it looks like that's all she wrote for the Instigators. We see more free throws for the Kings. So once again, Instigators closed the gap, got it down from 22 to 12. And then the Kings, as they have all night, have answered up. And you see a dunk there by the Kings. Kings bringing the ball up the court, a minute to go. They don't seem like they want to slow down at all. They're going to keep scoring. Dylan gets called for the goaltend as it's off the backboard. It's the right call. Bucket will count. 58 seconds to go. Three-pointer by Tay. That's airball. As both teams look to just kind of run out the clock here, we get a foul there. That's a turnover. Instigators will get it. Not quite sure what happened. Chuck Bloom with the missed tip. .30 seconds to go. Dylan Ware misses the three. Missed that. LB gets the rebound, and now it looks like both teams are just jogging it out with about 8 seconds to go. LB off the backboard. No one makes that connection on the other end. And that'll do it. Instigators fall 131 to 111 to the Ohio Kings. So we'll see you next week as we take on Peoria. We are third in the Black Division at 2-2 after this game. We're looking to get back after 2 straight losses. So join us next Saturday night in Peoria. Get your tickets at apexofsports.com. Until then, we'll see you next time.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.